Hey, everybody. We're going to go ahead and break down and give our picks for the LA Rams versus the Arizona Cardinals game. I'll go ahead and open it up to you first, bro. Who you got in this one?
I got the Rams. It's going to be a really high-scoring game, I think. I'm going 34-31 Rams. I think Matt Stafford's going to continue his hot streak to the season. He's going to elevate his name a little bit higher into that MVP talk. He's playing really good. Him and Cooper Kupp seem to have a really, really good connection. And it goes without saying, the Rams' defense is phenomenal. Jalen Ramsey's actually been playing great this year. He's been all over the field, playing in different positions, and just moving around. He's probably their best defensive player this year, based on the impact of the game that he's making. Of course, we all know they have Aaron Donald, and he's the best defensive lineman. But when it comes down to just pure overall impact of the game and on defense and how many different positions you're in, Jalen Ramsey manages playing lights out. So I do believe the Rams are going to win this. They've got Darrell Henderson coming back this week. He should play. That should give them a boost in their run game. Another reason I believe Matt Stafford will have a good game as well, because that play action, goes a long way in the success of the quarterbacks. I think Robert Woods is going to have a good game this week as well. The Cardinals defense has been susceptible to passing offenses, really good passing offenses to start the year. So I'm gonna go Rams in this one. Cardinals are gonna put up their points because they do have a potent offense. I just don't think that their defense is good enough to stop the Rams.
Yeah, I have the same. I don't have the same score, but I got the Rams winning the game. A couple of things that you touched on. Obviously, Matt Stafford's playing out of his mind right now. I think I was obviously wrong on this so far. I think he's probably, if the season ended today, which obviously it's not, but he'd be the MVP probably, based off the way he's played and the impact he's had on the Rams offense. So, yeah, very potent offense. Defense, of course, you mentioned they got Jalen Ramsey. They have Aaron Donald on the defensive line, playing lights out. They took it to Tampa Bay last week and really, dominated that game. So, made it tough for Tom to do really anything until garbage time. So, I also think that I have a little different take on Arizona's defense. They have given up some big plays, and they've shown some susceptibility here and there. But I think their defense is playing much better than it was last year. I think they have a similar kind of setup. I mean, obviously these players aren't as good, but you think about their safety, they got Budda Baker, who's really good. I mean, he's probably not Jalen Ramsey, but he's pretty damn good. And then on the line, you got Chandler Jones, who is playing out of his mind right now because he wants to get paid. So he's been balling out. They got J.J. Watt, who's made a little bit of an impact on their defensive line as well. So I think they have a similar dynamic as far as who their leaders are on defense. They got a couple guys on the defensive line and then a safety who are really their defensive leaders. And again, I agree with you. Their offense is potent. I think, though, that Tampa Bay, like you said, I'm sorry, Tampa Bay. I think the LA's defense is just a little bit too much, especially with, like you said, Jalen Ramsey being all over the field, doing all the different things that he's able to do. And I have LA winning this game 29-23. I don't think that the Cardinals score quite as many points as they have. I mean, if you think about it, really, the reason they won so big last week was not really anything that the offense did. It was more so of the defense taking advantage of a rookie quarterback making some poor decisions, trying to win the game in one play rather than taking it play-by-play. So they're not going to be facing a rookie quarterback this week. And, like you said, Darrell Henderson's coming back. I think that helps LA control the ball, control the clock a little more, helps me score points against you in fantasy. So that helps out also. But yeah, I got LA 29, Arizona 23. I think the defense makes a play. Kyler Murray is known to give that ball up. He plays loose with it at times, and I think that's the difference. He either fumbles or throws an interception that turns into the winning score.
All right. I mean, I could really see that. I do want to point out that Chandler Jones, outside of that monstrous week 1 5-sack game, hasn't had a sack. So I want to point that out as well.
Well, yeah, I definitely understand that. I would say that, you know, if you have a 5-sack game, you're probably getting double teamed quite a bit. So it makes it a little more difficult to get to the quarterback. But again, you know, that could be something to keep an eye on as well. Maybe that was a fluke and they just caught Tennessee on a flat day, because Tennessee seems to have found their stride as well. So since that game, so it could be that they just caught him on a bad day and he, you know, he took advantage of it. I still think he's playing pretty well.
Good players do, though.
You know, because he wants to, you know, he wants to get paid. So
yeah,
we'll find out what happens on Sunday. I think the Rams again are just a little bit too much. I think they're the best team in the NFL right now.
Yeah, it pains me to say it since they're in the NFC West, but you know what? I definitely think that right now they're the best team in the league on offense and defense. And when you're top on offense and defense, I mean,
tough to beat. Yep.
But we could be wrong.
We could be wrong.